PC. Look. Um, and it's right here. Do-do-do-do-do. Dude,
Nice.
it's my first
Good.
time. Not my first time. I've used Windows and Microsoft before when I was younger, but it's my first time in like, I don't know, 10 years, 12 years using Windows. But
For me, it's like 15 years. When I was 15, 16 years old, I just got my first gaming computer with this here Jugendweihe stuff.
yeah, and it's
And
crazy because
yeah.
the when you turn it on, it makes these crazy RGB lights, and this is so not me.
Okay.
um,
I didn't expect that you have this kind of lights because you can also buy it without lights, right? Or
yes,
is it
and
just
I was not the one who assembled it, so I feel like, if I was just like talking to someone, he was like, yeah, buy this, buy this, buy this, and now I turn it on and it's fucking rainbow colors and shit. I was like, nah,
nice.
really, might have to.
Okay, that's fun. That's fun.
Yes.
So, noch keiner da, 0-0 immer noch im Stream.
Ah,
Anyway. Gut.
okay. Machst du ein Announcement? Nochmal?
Ja, könnte man nochmal posten, aber generell die letzten Tage ist das Engagement ganz schön flach.
Yes. Geht wieder auf Vordermann. Kriegen wir hin.
Okay, one person is in the chat. Maybe say hello. So maybe know
Hello.
who
Hello,
is in there.
hello.
Just give her the little message who joined because now we have one person in the live room. That's nice. Marketing call is live.
Marketing. Do we have some questions and stuff?
We had a question from last week. We can tackle this real quick. Just give me a second for the post. Yeah, let's copy this one. Live call post. So,
I don't think. Can I see the chat? Live stream. What's up? Whoever's in the call, give us a quick hello. How we all doing? Marketing call today. I might actually, you know what? I'll turn this light off real quick. This is way too bright. Now I feel a bit more cozy and way more noisy. The image is so noisy. That's crazy.
This is your MacBook, right?
What's good, man?
So let's go over to the question from last week. And this question came from Carlos Bancenas. I
Carlos.
can remember he's an active member in our community.
Wait, is it
So,
Carlo? No, Carlos.
no, Carlos.
Oh, okay.
Do we have both? I don't know. Let's check it out.
No, we have Carlo. Carlo is the one who's going to do the marketing, the compositing stuff.
This one here is from Honduras. Is this the one? No.
No.
Okay, then that's another member. But nice. He joined in January 24th. All right. Then his question was, hey, what's up? I don't know if you already talked about this, but I'm curious to hear about your thoughts on the AI race between OpenAI and DeepSeek. It's crazy how the US stock market reacted to that. Yeah, so this is overall the question. It's just about the competition between both stores, I say, both companies, and to give it a little overview, like the big reason why the stock market crashed was because DeepSeek and also Alibaba just released their AI models which are really really strong, and the reason why the stock market crashed was because they are open sourced. That means you can take their knowledge, you can take the infrastructure of the AI models and implement them into your own system, server, whatever you have as a company, as a private person. As a private person, it's kind of hard to install this huge amount of data points on your MacBook because the MacBook is just not strong enough for this. But for example, there's one guy who tested it. He just got, I think, 7 I don't know what it's called, iMacs, the small little computers you can buy from Apple. I think there's iMacs, right?
Yeah.
He just bought 7 iMacs and put them on each other as a tower and installed the DeepSeek model on it. And then he was running its own AI model in his house on a private computer. And this is something that's totally crazy because now he's totally independent from everything because his own AI model, which doesn't need to be connected to the internet, is running in his home.
That's,
And this is not possible with tools like OpenAI because OpenAI is charging, of course, and it's actually just cloud based. You can get access to it by, for example, using the app or the just a normal web page, and then you can just text and chat with this infrastructure and to get the answers. But it's not possible to install it in your own system. And DeepSeek and now also Qwen, this both two strong models are or were better than OpenAI's 4.0. And now after this kind of pressure through these releases, OpenAI was forced to give away their whatever they plan to do, but they needed to give away something that people still stay with OpenAI. And then last week, or it's actually last Friday, I think, they launched finally the 03 version, and then some days later the deep research tool for the pro version, and now OpenAI's models are again on top of them. Like they are the best models right now and the strongest one with the best performance and the best reasoning and so on. And this is what's so interesting about this race, because the companies, they publish something and then we think, okay, this is a really strong model, but in reality they have way more and way stronger models already in the development in the lab, but it's not released because of course they are working on it and they need to make sure that things are safe. But in my opinion, because of things like this, that there's something a big company like DeepSeek or Alibaba that is releasing something for free, that puts so much pressure on a company like OpenAI, which is charging for this kind of service, that they have to do something and they have to release crazier tools to be again top number one. And this leads to so much pressure that they kind of, in my opinion, overlook the security aspect. They just don't care so much again because they think, fuck it, we want to be the first one, we want to be the best one, we want to have the strongest model, the best model, so we just release more without thinking about twice or maybe 3 times, is it safe? Is it really safe? Is the AI not maybe subconsciously or already thinking more like it's telling us and so on? Because the security stuff within this AI models is so freaking important, because if they don't make sure that this is kind of controllable, I don't know how far we went already, then in maybe 1 year, 2 years, who know how fast this will go, we will have something like an AGI, like an supercomputer that's more intelligent than all humans together, and then we have a real big problem, because then it's just smarter than us and it can do everything. Like, and if there's no control anymore and it has access to everything like in the internet and it can do whatever it wants, then we are kind of fucked. Like, we can't do anything about it.
dude.
So this is why this competition between companies is kind of nice for the development, but it puts a lot of pressure on them. And in my opinion, like always, there's a point they don't care anymore and they just release stuff because they want to be the better one without thinking, okay, what could happen with this kind of technology. So, but
What is DeepSeek, is that from China or Japan, or what is it?
yeah,
China,
DeepSeek
right?
is from China, and Alibaba, maybe you know AliExpress and Alibaba,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
big e-commerce store, they also released a model that's also pretty similar to the O1 model from OpenAI. And the O1 actually was one of the strongest one lately, and then DeepSeek released their R1 model, and this was stronger than OpenAI's O1 model. And this O1 model, for example, there was a pro version and a plus version. Like the plus version, like we have the plus version on ChatGPT, we can use the normal O1, and there was another version like the pro one. This is only
Yeah.
available on the pro subscription for $200.
That's-
And this one was even stronger than this O1 that we had. But then DeepSeek and Alibaba dropped a new model that was stronger than the O1 Pro model.
Yeah.
And this led to this immense pressure of releasing a new model because they knew our like income is based on this model right now, and there's a competition that is stronger and better and for free. So we need to do something. We need to release something now.
Do you think that like companies like Alibaba and what's the other DeepSeek, what do you think is their approach? Do you think they're going to charge for the models, or do you think, or they just want to fucking run the whole market and be like, yo, here we are, and at some point, just like ChatGPT, it was free first and then they started charging? Do you think this is something they're going to do too? Because I mean, it makes sense.
This
right?
is actually a really interesting point, because right now you can use DeepSeek on their website. Just go to deepseek.com and just start their the tool.
But that was the case with ChatGPT before.
Right. Like I just share my screen to give an overview how this looks like. This is actually DeepSeek here. So you just can go in here, and this is DeepSeek, and press start now, and then you just need to log in, of course. Maybe verify that you are a human. That makes sense. And then if you have an account, you just go in here, and then you can think, okay, let's use DeepThink. And this is the strongest version they already have right now. And that's stronger than the O1 version of ChatGPT. And you then just go in here and do whatever the fuck you want, because now it's kind of free.
My question would be, because you probably tested it, I've heard about DeepSeek, but how, like, when you say better, like, what exactly does that mean? How do you measure if it's better or not? Like, on what is it based?
Like better, there are so many different variations now how to test this. For example, there are exams, like mathematical exams that really fucking nerds can maybe only solve, like pros in mathematics and so on. And this kind of models get this kind of task and have to solve the problems, and they are in a specific range of how good they are in comparison to someone as a human who is really good and plays number one, for example. And this way they kind of measure how logical it can think. And for example, now the latest version, the O3 from ChatGPT, I just saw it yesterday, they reached now 83% of correct answers in a mathematical Olympian test. Like this is really specific for mathematics, and 83% were right when ChatGPT O3 did this. And this kind of models here are right now, I think, below this mark, but there are many other different ways of how to measure how smart a system is by like how many millions token can it actually work with, like how many can you put in and so on. And to be really honest, I didn't check them all out, because it looks like when you open a new car vehicle nowadays and you open the motor, the engine in the front, there's so much equipment and stuff, you just don't understand what's going on there. And it's the same here. Like there are so many different variations of testing this, because it was just too much. But the thing is here, what I wanted to say is, when you use DeepSeek here now on the website, this data you put in here goes straight to China. Like everybody, like the company in China, they all get access to everything you post in here. And this is one of the main things most people are afraid of, because they get all the data you share here. But they also, like I said, they released their model in an open source way. You just can download it. You can just put it on your server as a company, for example, and then you build everything around this open source model on your own server. And then the data is in your system and it doesn't go outside. Like, because it's like you buy a pre-made template, just install it, and everything runs on it, and it is safe. So you can do it with this model and also with the Alibaba model. And overall, I think they just wanted to show, okay, we are here. Here's
Yeah,
competition.
just
China,
put the fucking balls on
China
the
is here.
table.
Exactly, China is here, and of
Yeah.
course, who knows if this is not maybe the baddest version they have.
Oh, probably, right?
Maybe they have, I don't know what kind of versions already, and it's way stronger, and they everything they do over there in their companies and in their it's all run by AI. Maybe, who
That's the
knows?
thing. You don't
They're
know
freaks.
shit. You don't
Yeah,
know shit about what they're doing. This
that's
is
the point. And this was
bro,
the reason.
honestly, I feel like with these kinds of like things happening, I feel like we're living in a movie. Honestly, like this feels like this is just like it's fucking going faster and faster, and yeah, it's fucking crazy. Anton just asked you, would you recommend using DeepSeek over ChatGPT from what it's like now? What would you say?
I'm honest. I tried them both because, but I didn't insert so much information here because I just don't want to share all the stuff to China directly, and I just don't want to install an OpenAI model on my computer now because still people did it, and actually if you download it, you don't really know what you download there. Maybe you
Yeah,
download something in the back end that is on your computer that I don't know. So for
yeah.
me, the reason is I just wanted to check, okay, how is this working? How does it look like? Okay, it's cool. But I stay with this OpenAI for now because I am paying there. I have all my information there. I have so much context and so much background information in there in my account that is just there's no way for me now to do everything again on here on this platform. And this is also one of the main reasons for me to stay with OpenAI for a longer time, I think, because it's like I think most people know when you just onboard someone on a new software or the whole company, the whole team is onboard on one software, you will not change the software because of one feature because everything needs to move, like all the data, all the documents, and so on. And the same, in my opinion, applies here. And OpenAI, of course, is going to be also a leader in this area, and they will invest a lot of money to be the first for a long time, maybe again. And I'm almost sure that I know already that they are kind of not in front, but I think it's coming this year. They will release ChatGPT 5, and ChatGPT 5 is way, way, way more crazier than GPT 4, like we all use right now. So there's a lot of stuff coming to happen, and I would stick to this one for sure for OpenAI, just because of the security as well, and then maybe see how this will turn out. But as a company, when you for example you start from scratch, I think I would go for something like a open source model, like for example Meta is also with Llama is also developing something that's for free, and because these are in the end way cheaper, and you have to that, but it's hard to compare because as a private person you don't have so much data points and so much traffic and so much information to convert than a normal person because the company they spend I don't know how many thousands of dollars maybe per day because the system in the end by API gets tracked all the time, and one data point that goes through is maybe I don't know 1 cent, maybe 10 cents. But when they have 1 million data points a day because there's something like Klarna in the background that is using AI all day long, there's so much information that needs to be
Process.
processed, right? And that's just crazy for them. So there
Yeah.
would be of course a reason to say, okay, we have the to choose between now paying OpenAI maybe 1 million a year, 1 million a month, I don't know, or paying nothing, but we have to move everything over to this new whatever it's called.
Yeah. I mean, Anton
So
asked, I mean, I guess that's true. When you download ChatGPT, you don't really know what
yeah,
happening in the back
same
end either.
shit.
So yeah, it's just because it's from the States and like one is from China.
And the thing is, with ChatGPT on my MacBook, I already gave it access to everything. Like they also introduced this new feature that you can now also select apps that work with ChatGPT directly on your computer. So it's kind of connected already, and it has access. Plus, we have to remember, Apple is also bringing this new feature of Siri and Apple Intelligence
Apple
on every
Intelligence.
iPhone and every MacBook soon, also in Europe, hopefully. And then like it's all connected. Like ChatGPT then is in Apple's system integrated, and then the Apple system itself can overwatch everything that happens on your computer and gives you like for everything the overview. Like how it will be is You open your MacBook, you are looking for some specific file, maybe you just go into the search bar and type whatever we think about it, like what the color of the maybe of the bar in the file or of the picture, and then Siri or maybe Apple Intelligence is then looking on your MacBook for the specific file and gives this to you. So there's no need for folder structures anymore, because then this full system is just combining everything into one search bar, for example.
This
is something that's
what I've
crazy
been waiting for so long. I'm like,
like
just
especially people like us, like this creative people that are kind of have problems with bringing structure into things. Man, they just paste it somewhere, have one honor for downloads, and then paste it in there, and then when you look for something, just write what you remember.
I'm waiting for the moment to just be like, yo, can you find this one email that was sent to me like 1 or 2 weeks ago from this kind of, I forgot the name,
exactly.
Something with T, and can you just, maybe find out, just give me a quick summary of what he wanted. This kind of like, I want to be able to talk to my phone like this. And that, that is going to be a game changer. But obviously it comes with like them having access to everything. Yeah. But also I feel like, and maybe that's my point of view. I, as like me, don't feel like I have so much to hide, in a sense. And maybe some people see it differently, because I don't know how I feel about like giving my data to China, even though I don't really know why. But for me, I feel like I have no problem. I even have a ChatGPT that I built with like all information about like me as like a therapy kind of like, I think we talked about this, right? Like a therapist, whatever. So I kind of like, whenever I have like a bad day, I just go like, I feel that way. And then I just talk to that ChatGPT about me and my problems. So I feel like that ChatGPT will soon know me better than I probably know myself. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's okay. I personally don't feel like it will harm me in any way, but maybe that's naive, but I don't know.
In my opinion, when we have maybe a view in the future, in the next 10, 15 years, like everything will be connected to AI, and in the end, it doesn't matter anymore. And like you said, we don't have to hide anything. If we would be, I don't know, if we would talk to it and say, hey, I'm a drug dealer, how can I sell drugs faster? I don't know. That's maybe a problem, because then they know, okay, there's something going on and so on, and the knowledge is there and the system understands it. And this will maybe be a problem in the future, because then like it's connected to a public whatever office here, and then they know, oh, he told us he's dealing drugs, like let's go and check it out. Could be a problem. Who knows?
That's why I don't do my drug dealing kind of business over ChatGPT. I use different platforms. Just kidding. Obviously. I don't do that.
But who knows?
What do you think about Paul just laughed at me for that joke. What do you think about AI planners, like AI calendars, like UseMotion? I haven't used that software. Have you used it?
Motion?
No, UseMotion.
The Motion app.
Oh yeah. I think I've tried it. I've tried it.
I have it. I used it for, let's say, 3 months in a row. I just paid for the yearly subscription because it was a really great deal. This, by the way, I got the idea from for our community, because they offered, I don't know, $10 per month, or I don't know, a ridiculous amount of discount for a yearly subscription. So I said, okay, fuck it, I buy yearly. And then after 3 months, I said, okay, no, I just want to switch back to ClickUp again. But yeah, overall, I have to say the idea is nice. But if you know, for example, tools like ClickUp, and you know how ClickUp can work if you set it up the right way, by all the automations and by sharing lists with freelancers that are not in your company and all this kind of stuff that's happening or going on there, then Motion is kind of the little sister of the task management tool, because it's nice to have something like you can just put in the task and then it's auto scheduling everything, like giving you an overview for the week. But for me, it's just not enough to use as a task management tool for my team. Like you can also use it as in a team mode, but in my opinion, and because of I'm using a lot of automations, like tools like, for example, Make, where I can, for example, now for our live calls, when we get a request for a question or a call, then we just paste all this request automatically into our ClickUp board that is connected through API connections in the back end. And tools like Motion just don't have this kind of stuff because it's a small company. They are focused on their task management tool, and that is fine. It might be a cool feature for many people are happy about it, but for me there needs to be more space for other stuff. So overall, it was it was a nice feature. It was a nice tool to test out, and I liked the feature that everything was restructured and you could also check out the task in the calendar directly. But I found my workflow now with using ClickUp and just arranging everything in the morning, having an overview what I want to do today, and then when I just finish the task, I just go to ClickUp and then just check mark this task as well. And this is similar, and I think that even tools like ClickUp, they will add something like this to make it possible to reschedule everything by autopilot.
I mean, that's not that. I mean, rearranging tasks is not that. I mean, because I just remembered, I also tried it because I saw the ads, and I think the ads were great. Like the ads, they sold me. They were like, imagine having an AI personal assistant, because that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for like a person to kind of like, structure my head and just give me like, okay, this is what you have to do today, and this is, but this is what I'm doing right now myself with the Google Calendar and just time blocking everything. And I feel like this obviously, I feel like with this system in place, I feel like it might come with more stress because I don't have like another human thinking like me, knowing how much time things actually take and like rearranging stuff, but I have to do it manually. And I think with Motion, it was kind of the same thing. I just felt like I tried it and there was like too many like buttons that I would need to click. And I guess if you use it for long enough, it probably gets better and like, knows like categories. But for me, it was just too much of a hassle to kind of get the system working, because just like you, at the end of every day, I kind of look at what I have to do tomorrow, I work that way. I just put everything in place, just everything kind of like, think about how much time certain tasks actually take, kind of like just put them in place. And then next morning I restructure an order and then I just go over it. And then if certain things take longer, I actually extend them to kind of see how much time I have left throughout the day. And, I think with Google Calendar, for me, it works perfect for my personal stuff. And with ClickUp, obviously, we have a lot more.
In the end, it's all about finding a structure for yourself and the team, like how to kind of combine everything together that everybody is kind of happy and the communication is on point. Plus, I think like people like you and me, what we have to kind of understand is that the task, or what I just said last time, my goal is to make, or to put at the maximum I want to have in my calendar per day is 3 big tasks. That's the maximum, not more, because it's just not possible to do more. Maybe you think, okay, this one task maybe takes only 1 hour. Never it takes only 1 hour. Like, you just need to go in the task, you have to start thinking, then you brainstorm a little bit, think about things, and then you start working, and this maybe 30 minutes, it's already gone. It's like 30 minutes for one task is just not enough. It puts pressure on you. So this is one thing you have kind of to change in your mindset, like do only 3 big tasks per day, and then give you enough time for the task. And if you finished earlier, nice, take a break, make a tea, whatever, chill a little bit, and don't, put 10 tasks a day in your calendar, because it doesn't make sense. And in the end of the day, you don't feel happy because you just think, oh, missed, fuck it, I just couldn't finish 6 of 10 tasks. And then you feel, fuck, I was
and also one thing I've realized with like arranging my tasks and having like, my calendar looks crazy. There's like time block here, and I use task options to kind of like put them in order. And I feel like it stresses me more than it actually helps me some days. Some days I feel like, yeah, bro, I'm getting so structured. But that's most of the time, that's the days where I only have a few tasks in mind, where I like really deep work into one task, make it happen. And usually also just like meetings, I feel like with what I need to do is like have certain days where I don't have meetings or like calls or whatever, because they throw you off so much. And like just getting a calendar notification, that task is now due, and you're like, fuck. And there's nobody who told you to put that task there, but it was me putting that task there and be like, yeah, this is when I'm going to do this task, even though the other task might have taken longer. I just like get interrupted and like so out of the flow, and just my ADHD brain just goes crazy, and I just like switch to this task, and I don't even finish the other task, and then another meeting is happening, and I'm like, some days are like that. So I feel like this is, we've talked about that, but
one thing I can really recommend. It's another tool. I'm not using it right now because it's expensive in for what it offers, but as soon as I don't know we use maybe more tools that maybe make sense to use again. This makes a lot of sense for us to use it, but I just want to share what it's called. Like it's this one here. It's called Sansama, and Sansama slogan is make work-life balance a reality. And this is a really strong slogan, and they really kind of nail it down to their product because Sansama for people that use many different task management tools because of maybe different client projects, because this client uses Notion, this client uses ClickUp, this client uses Monday, this Trello. It's really fucked up to get everything in one place and then kind of structure your calendar. And this tool here is exactly doing this. You can connect all your task management tools to this one software, and then you just go in and you can select which software you want to connect. Even Gmail is nice. I had Gmail as well connected. It was really cool because then all your emails just pop up here on the side, and then you can just move the email as a task into your day, and then you can structure your Monday, for example, based on, for example, an email or a task from Gmail or a task from ClickUp, and then you have your Monday structured, but all the tasks are from different areas, different tools, and this was a really really nice tool, but it's just in this case it's $20 per user, and it's pretty expensive from in my opinion because it's just helping you to bring structure into when you use different tools. Like for me, like only email and ClickUp now, just pay $20 more to have emails and ClickUp in a different view and to structure it. I don't know. I don't see the money in there. It's a little bit too expensive for this kind of feature. But when I used it and I had more project tools because of client project, it was an amazing feature and an amazing tool. And I just can say this is really one of the best ones I always have in mind when it comes to task management because it helped a lot by just connecting everything. And the good thing is, like Notion is a little bit fucked up because there's no two-way communication. You can just pull task from Notion into your Sansama board. But for example, on ClickUp, what I mean by two-way communication is as soon as you drop a task from your ClickUp, whatever row into your day, and then you switch the time from, let's say, it takes not 2 hours, it takes 4 hours, and you switch the two from 2 to 4, it also updates the time within ClickUp. So there's two-way communication on both sides. And this is pretty nice because then you can still go back to ClickUp, maybe add new tasks, and you see, here's the adjusted task from Sansama because I changed it earlier today. This is pretty cool. So this is a really, really great tool for people that use a lot of different stuff. And as I see here, there's even Slack connected. So I think you can also just take Slack messages and put it into your day. And then, okay, at 5 p.m. I have to answer Lenny's message. So I just go in there in a task and do it. And
yeah, this would be something nice. I would love to try, but not for $20 per month. I think like, especially the email, like just having an overview over your inbox in your calendar, because how I usually handle emails is just like I look at the inbox in the morning, I see like, okay, this is an email I need to respond to, and I place a task in my calendar, email, blah blah blah, answering whatever. But then if a new email pops in, like I switch to a different inbox, like just my brain sometimes it's just like, bro, switching between so many softwares is so confusing, and you forgot to respond to some people. It's like I feel like this would help a lot, but not, as you said, I think it's just there needs to be like for an example, I feel like this would be a game changer if this was possible. Like you could like use this software as one software and just like not even go to Gmail or not even go to ClickUp and even answer comments in that software and use
Yeah.
the software
Yeah.
remotely
Yeah.
through that
Yeah.
software. That would be a game changer, I think.
Like if Sansama would be the AI and you can connect
Yeah.
all your tools to it, and then Sansama is the overall dashboard, and you
Yeah.
just answer everything
Because
on there.
one
Yeah,
dashboard
this
that you just
man,
like full tabs,
this
full comments, that would be
Yeah.
where I would like, bro, this is it. Like write
Yeah.
emails through there, even use the
Yeah.
chat GPT inside Asama. Like that would be,
Yeah.
bro, let's develop something like that. We should make that.
I'm pretty sure that there is a company who's doing this
Yeah,
already, for sure.
probably.
Because this is the obvious problem, right? Everybody wants to have everything in one place and
Yeah.
just be productive. Yeah.
Connect your Discord, connect your Slack, connect your WhatsApp, even whatever. Just play certain like tags to certain people and be like, because even the private stuff, just like being able to move everything into place and just like, yeah, respond to that, boom, done, check task, and not even have to open WhatsApp or not even like that. That would be crazy.
That would be a game changer, for sure.
Yes.
All right. So did we have any questions? No, we didn't have any questions. That's fine so far. I just answered the question we had. Then I would say just jump into the topic I just prepared a little bit. So we are going to share the screen today, and we share it for this one here. So, yep. Today I want to talk a little bit about meta ads and yeah, actually how to create it, how to set up a campaign, and we will do it live by just launching a campaign for us. So just take it to the next screen. Understanding meta ads. So what are meta ads? So basically, the basic version of it is when you scroll on Facebook and Instagram, every fifth post, or maybe every third post already, I don't know how many it is right now, is a sponsored post, and these are actually Meta or Facebook ads. The structure is also pretty simple. There are 3 levels of a campaign. It's a campaign level, it's the ad set level, and it's the ad level, where on the ad level is where everything just happens creative wise. You can put in your context or your copies and your creatives. The ad set level is where all the settings are made, and the campaign level is what kind of audience would you like to address, or what is your overall goal of the campaign. So yeah, why using meta ads, for example, in comparison to Google ads? Google is, when you call it, or when you see it from the old side, Google is something like pull marketing. This means you as a user, you go in to like Google, for example, and you type in the search bar and you have an input, like you have an intent already to do something because you're looking for something. And then Google is coming up with different suggestions for you and say, hey, look, you were looking for new Nike shoes. We can recommend you this store because they also offer shoes. So because Google knows you just put in Nike shoes, so they place this ad for you and you click on it. And this is actually pull marketing because Google is pulling you from your search intent to their website from the client. And this way, the client has to pay for every click that a person is doing when they look for specific things. And that's a big difference to Meta, because Meta is something like called push marketing. That's the other way, or the exactly opposite of it. Because on Meta, it's like you as a user, you are in your phone, you are scrolling, you are into the whatever zone you are, and just a zombie modus and looking all the videos. And then suddenly, based on the algorithm, Meta, either Instagram or Facebook, is showing you something you really enjoy, really like, you have a passion for, or maybe you discovered a problem some days ago that you need some kind of software or some kind of tools at home, and maybe you even looked for something like, let's say, what can we say, a washing machine. You looked for a new washing machine. You first used Google, so you kind of used the Google system, and Google could make money of you because you clicked on different pages and stores. And then when you clicked on the store, there's usually a pixel installed by Meta or from Facebook, and this makes it possible for the advertiser or for the company to track your data and how you kind of move on the website. So as soon as you kind of Google and you click, okay, washing machine, and you click on a website and there's a Facebook pixel installed, they get this data, and obviously Meta knows now, okay, you are someone who's on the website they sell wash machines for, and then Meta kind of knows this based on this search behavior and your history. And then some days later, and I think everybody knows this kind of feeling, you talk to friends, and maybe you ask even, okay, what kind of washing machine can you recommend? What is yours? Because mine is broken, I need a new one. And you talk about this kind of stuff, and then maybe 1 day or 2 days later, or maybe even in the evening already, you get suddenly ads from this specific washing machine or from specific pages. And this is based on the Meta pixel that's implemented in the website, because they tracked your data and they know now that you are looking for things like this. And from now on, they are kind of playing you all the time different ads of this kind of stuff, because they would love to get you to a new product. So, and this is called pull marketing, because as I said, you were in your zone, you watch the videos, you just want to enjoy and get entertained, and then suddenly there comes this video that triggers you, and you think, oh yeah, fuck, right, I just wanted to look for a washing machine. I don't want to use my time here on Instagram and watching reels. I need a washing machine. And then there comes this ad again, presenting the perfect washing machine exactly for your needs, and you just click on it and you buy it. And this is this is push marketing in comparison to pull marketing, pull and push, because they push the content in front of you, in front of your eyes, and you didn't even know that you wanted to buy this kind of stuff. And washing machine is a pretty easy example, but I think we all experience this behavior with different things. Like I said, you talk to someone at home about a specific topic, and some hours later you get ads for this kind of stuff. And this is something that is really powerful, because of Apple actually says they don't record what your iPhone is like. They don't record when their phone is laying next to you. They don't know what you talk about with your friends and so on. This is what Apple's saying, and kind of I trust Apple, because this is one of the biggest companies in the world, and they just can't have a what is it called, Vergehen.
They can't risk having a big.
They just can't risk to don't have this kind of security they're always talking about. So this is what I wanted to say. So it's really, really important for them. So I trust them. But still, it's kind of really mind-blowing that even for me, sometimes the ads are so on point for my specific behavior or my specific problems I have right now. But like I said, it's also based on the search and how you behave on the internet, because as soon as you click any ad on Instagram, for example, it opens this in browser within Instagram, right? It's not that you browse on your outside browser on the iPhone, like the Apple Safari browser or whatever app you use. It's within Instagram, and this means that everything you do inside this browser is tracked, because it's Instagram's browser or Facebook's browser. Everything that happens inside is tracked, like in detail, and they know that you did it because it's connected to your account, right? You do it, so they know everything about you. And some years ago, it was pretty nice. I found a pretty nice video about how Facebook's algorithm is connected to like everything you do. Like when Facebook is on your phone, or even Instagram or WhatsApp, because everything is Meta, then it's all connected in the back end. They know exactly what they do. And even if they say, every message is encrypted on WhatsApp, I think, it's true that's encrypted, but still they kind of read the data. They know what's going on there for sure. And this is something that's then is tracked, used in the back end. They create profiles about you, how you behave, about your whatever you do. And then they have a huge network that knows exactly what is going on in your life right now. I give you an example. Or if I would go now to Lenny to his office and I have my phone with me, Lenny and I are connected because we write on Instagram or on WhatsApp. So Meta knows, okay, we are connected. Then I go to Lenny's office, I join the WLAN, and the WLAN is then the same as Lenny's. So the system knows, my iPhone knows, and everything behind knows, okay, they're in the same room. And this makes it easier to think, okay, they could talk about specific topics. And this could be, for example, a reason like when you meet someone, a friend or something, and you talk about specific topics, that this could lead to, based on your search behavior before, that the system thinks, okay, you talk to your friend about a specific topic, and because of this, the other person is also getting similar ads without knowing that you talk to each other and what you talked about each other, but based on the history and what happened in the background and the connection that are there and what you looked up in the last days, and that you met at the same point based on the Wi-Fi signal and maybe the GPS. If you're not connected to the Wi-Fi, GPS works as well. Then they know, okay, you have been together, so there's a connection, and now it is easier to display similar ads to the stuff you search for. And then maybe this person says, hey man, Lenny, we just talked about 2 hours ago that I just need a new washing machine, and suddenly I get just ads about washing machines.
Yeah, this
So
actually
that's
makes sense.
it's so crazy how deep this is. And this is the reason why Facebook advertising, or in general, why Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg is so fucking rich. Because this system that is in place here, it's unbelievably powerful. Like when you know how to play this, it's game changing because you can control everything. You get, as a marketer, you get access to trillions of data points from all over the world, from people all around the world with their search behavior. And when you have the power to create something like a creative that is telling a specific story and is approaching your audience, when you know who you want to target to, then you have like a direct channel to talk to someone, because you can target this person based on the interest and the data that's available based on their behavior. And this is the big difference to Google, because on Google you can just say, okay, if someone is Googling this word or is looking on YouTube for this word, or maybe also they have a pixel as well, like when they with a specific sites you get this display ads all the time, okay, nice. But on Facebook you can search on so many different things, and you can target on interests, like for software, for different things. And nowadays, in the last, let's say 3 to 4 years, everything went down when it comes to targeting options, because it's just not necessary anymore, because the Facebook algorithm itself became so powerful and so strong that they can do whatever the fuck they want, and they find mostly the right audience for you based on the clicks and how they optimize the ads for. So this is a pretty crazy stuff.
Which is why we're using it.
Yeah. So any questions in here?
Yes. Ryan asked, he has so 2 questions. First one was, recently taken an important role in a marketing company in my country where I'm responsible for videos and their final outcome. He struggles with finding right content for them and structuring the dialogue within the videos. Is there a tool, website, or resource that can help him with this issue?
Struggling with the right content.
I guess there's probably also about transcripting and stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's transcripting. And first of all, this is one of the most important things. You have to know who's your audience. Like the company you are working for, they have to know who is their audience. This is the most important thing. And to be really honest, in my career now in the last 9 years, most companies don't even know who their audience is, or they just want to make the audience too broad and want to advertise on everybody. And this is fucking stupid. This is just wasting money, because you can't produce ads and video material for everybody. That's not possible. Like imagine now with our creative power, like Lenny, when it doesn't make any sense. You have to choose an audience, and then you have to craft a story for this audience and nail it down to their problems, and then you can showcase the solution for them. This is the most important point when it comes to targeting people. And then based on this, of course, you have to script the video. And overall, I would just go there and use ChatGPT as much as you can, because it gives you a lot of insights and it gives you a lot of good structures, because there are so many good ChatGPTs or custom GPTs already out there that are actually made for this, like structuring videos, scripting, ad videos, and so on. But to do this, you need to give input about your audience. This, like, it's necessary. This is the most important point. So
Yeah.
from there, yeah.
He said, "I'm the marketing manager in the marketing company. You create ads for other people." Also, he doesn't have difficulty coming up with ideas himself, but rather organizing them within the video and ensuring they are not too long.
I didn't mean that I have difficulty coming up with the ideas themselves, but rather organizing them within the video and ensuring they are not too long. What means long? By the
Yeah.
way, Ryan, if you want, you can join the call, right? Just request here the call in, click on the button, and then we can have a call. Maybe it's a really nice topic to talk about.
Yeah.
So just
Are
feel
you
free
on?
and
If you're on a computer, you could just click that.
yeah, just click on
purple
the
button.
request button.
Yeah. Maybe that's easier. He also asks, "Are you going to create a course about this topic on how to create a campaign?" He's trying. What's not working, bro? You need to select your input, allow that your mic can be recorded and everything.
I'm the marketing manager in the marketing company, and we create ads for other people also.
Just click the purple button and allow access to your mic.
I can't press request live call. I already did. Okay. Could be that it's maybe because of the browser. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, then just let me try to explain this. Here we go.
Oh,
Hey, he's
Hey
here.
man.
how are you guys?
Hello.
Good.
I'm really, really glad and honored to have a chance to talk with you guys. However, my question was, me and my friend, opened recently a marketing company. We have a different approach, like we don't just create content, we study the content, we study the needs on why we create this content for X client, for Z and Y, and etc. That's the selling point in my country, because in marketing overall in my country isn't that very much noticeable or very, very good. However, the problem I'm facing, or the manager, the role I'm in that company, is production manager and marketing manager. So I'm responsible on everything that's happening in that company, and basically the success of it. The problem that I'm facing is when I create a video or I create a content, I do already have a content, and I do already know who's the targeted audience and who's the audience itself. But when I create a video, like when you create a video, in this part of the video, like in this caption, like example, uh, what to put in there, how many words to put in there, and the long of the video. I don't mean the long of the content itself. Let's say the content, when you read it, it's about 5 minutes or 1 minute to read it, but to put it or to make it in a video, I want the video to be maximum 30 to 50 seconds. That's the main issue I'm facing when creating content, like after the animation or before the animation, or like example, when to create or how to decide I want to for this word to be animated or not. to create it to create for it an After Effect motion or something like that? Okay.
So this is more. Is this more about the video itself, the creative video itself, and how to approach uh, just creating a cool creative, or is it more about like the content itself in the video that you want to restructure using AI tools, or is it more about how to make an engaging video?
Both. All of that points you mentioned.
Okay.
Because it's very important. The production of the video is to be very good. That's a plus. But okay, let's say I have already. Okay, to give you a clearer point of my view, let's say I downloaded some template, some website. Let's say an example, Envato, already made template, already fixed template. So I want to remove all of the content that in that template and reuse it to my content. I don't know how to use it on based on what or how and why to choose this word other than that word, like an example in the video itself.
Do you know what he means about? Because I feel like I'm having trouble. Is it about like, because there's
For me,
difference
it's
when you
from-
say content. Is it the video, how to edit the video, or is it about, you know, making the spoken?
It sounds more like what to say in the video, what to present in the video, and
Exactly, yes,
this comes always down to understand your audience. You have to understand your audience, and you have to know what the audience is missing or what is their problem, and then you will find the right words. But if you want to advertise on everybody, like there is no right word because everybody has different problems. This is the main thing you have to understand. Like you have to know exactly who you want to target, what you want to sell, and then find the problem for the solution. And then you find the right words.
Is that your question? Because then I can show you an example and maybe how to approach that.
Actually, no, because I already know that I need to use an approach like in frameworks like IDEA or PAS or FOMO effect or something like that. My question was, so forgive me for the language barrier here.
No worries.
No
bro.
worries, no worries.
I don't know how to give
No
you
worries.
properly the question. When you create the video as a production, not creating the video itself as a production, how do you plan that in this second, like example, you need to say this word, or in this second you need to put this animation or this After Effect something. That's my main problem what I'm facing while creating videos.
I think if I can add my 2 cents to that, I think there's two different components to that. So first thing, I don't know how you work, but I feel like when you're a production company, there's different areas. First area, and that should be the main focus, is delivering the content. So whatever topic you're talking about, make sure you bring someone on who obviously knows about what they're talking about. So like having an expert that delivers the content. And then the other topic would be the video editing. Maybe to give you a brief example of how we now produce our reels for motion creators, for an example. We have the live calls, okay? We know we have different live calls every week, right? They're being recorded just like this one. This is a perfect example. We have the live call, we have experts speaking or people talking, like me or Paul or Lucas or Nick, whatever. They have a specific topic that they're talking about, and they know that the people that are watching that call are interested in that topic. So they will automatically talk about that stuff that works for the audience, that is interesting to the audience, right? And I feel like if I, for an example, in our weekly creators call, get a specific question to a specific topic, I will find the right words automatically because I know what I want to say, right? So I will produce the content naturally by just answering a question. And that could be something you as a production company could, if I don't know if that's how you work, but if you have like not a live call, but like a setup, make sure you prepare questions from a user's perspective, for an example, and ask that expert that question, because it's very hard for someone that knows a lot about certain things, just straight up talking and delivering gold without being asked. Do you know what I mean? And from a production side of things, I would probably prepare an interview setup, make sure that the questions are on point, and then I think that the person that you're interviewing, for an example, will deliver the content. And then the second thing, which is the video editing itself, is not completely disconnected, I would say, but I think is a different field, because that is the creative process of creating a good video. You know, when you're talking, you have a question. When we record the live call and I say something, I probably don't, say it in the perfect social media format way. I usually just talk, and then the editor's job, who specializes in, creating a reel from that 5-minute clip that I was answering that question, he will cut it down to 30 seconds, maybe rearrange clips so they make sense and they they get a point across. This is the main thing, getting a point across in social media, which is why you can usually you can cut down a 10-minute dialogue to 30 seconds and making 3 reels out of it, because there's like different elements that, when put together in the right way, make sense and make for a good reel. I don't know if that answers your question, but that's how I understood it.
That's exactly what I said. When let's say I have already did all of what you said, and then it becomes to the video editor. Let's say I'm the video editor, and my job to take that 5-minute interview or 5-minute session, to cut it down to 30 seconds or 5 seconds. What is the procedure or the things should I do, the tasks should I do to make the perfect video?
The perfect video doesn't exist. And there is so many different angles you can take. And there is no right and wrong, I would say, in creating a video, as long as it gets the point that you're trying to, get across. So, basic structure of a reel. Interesting hook that kind of wraps the whole topic around, or there's different ways you can approach it. If it's just a statement, a very bold statement, you want people to like hear, and they want you to elaborate, which is why they're going to keep watching. You just say, I think that people without hair are bro, I don't even know where I'm going with this. It's just like a bold statement that makes for people to want you to elaborate. Does that make sense? That could be one thing. Or you just trigger a certain keyword that people are interested in. Say, for an example, for us, last reel, I was like, so there's people that know that Blender exists. Immediately, everybody that is into Blender, which is part of our target audience, will see it and be like, oh, Blender, yes, it exists. I'm actually interested in learning it. I've seen it somewhere, and that is exactly the pain point that I'm highlighting in the beginning, which makes it so that the people who feel, that translates to them, they're going to keep watching because they feel addressed. And that is something you just need to cut down into pieces. There's no right and wrong. I cannot give you a blueprint for that. I think it comes with when you show that to a person, or you look at it yourself and you're like, bro, would this give me value? I think value is the key word. Just try to make sure that every piece you put out is it's
Giving value or something.
It's giving value, and it's also doesn't have to be the most crazy statement ever. It just needs to make sense,
I got you, yeah. So the main thing is to focus on the hook itself, and proceed on it.
The hook
On the message,
and
on the story, on the message.
yeah, just the
that you
message.
the message.
Make sure the reel has a message. I think is the key thing. If it's just a reel and it's it doesn't have a point, people be like, what the fuck? But if it's a round thing and it starts with something and the ending makes sense with the beginning, it just feels round. And then it's obvious, just a matter of making a few cool animations here and there and making it a bit more visually engaging. This is the second thing, but the main thing is especially if an interview setup situation, make sure that the content is on point, and then you start looking at some motion graphics that highlight certain things that he talk about.
I got you. Thank you very much for your answer. And I have okay, thanks for them.
I think to round this a little bit up, you have to also to separate the view on content, like for example Lenny is producing, because this is nice looking content with a different goal overall. It should be going viral, it should be attract views and create engagement and so on. So just a different way to produce content in comparison to creating an ad. Because with the ad, you want to sell something specifically to someone. So you have to always have this structure in your mind that first, or mostly, you don't have to, but this is the normal structure that most companies use. First, you address the problem real quick in a really nice way, maybe with a good hook, with a good visual, and actually remind the person you are showing this creative to, hey, this is your problem, right? So, and they think when they see the video within the first 3 seconds, oh yeah, fuck, this is my problem, that's me. And then they are hooked and they think, keep watching because you touched them by their problem. And then you have to find a way to transform this problem into your solution you're offering them. And then in the end, there's just a nice call to action and maybe the offer you want to tell them. And then they usually click and buy. That's the best case. But this is usually the way. Just problem, showcasing what is the problem, highlighting the problem in different ways, in different angles. Try as much as possible when it comes to the problem and showcasing, because then you understand what your audience really is facing, what kind of problem, where they react to, and then transferring this problem into the solution you're offering, and then doing a nice call to action with a hook, with a whatever call to action, the landing page, and sell your product.
Okay,
And
thank you.
this structure combined with a nice message, and that's why I meant when you understand and when you know what your audience wants and how they talk and how they feel, then you can use the right words, and then the message is way more powerful in combination with a nice creative, because then you really hit them in the middle, in the center,
The heart, man.
I get
in the
it.
heart. Yeah.
Thank you very much, man, and thank you for your time. Also,
No worries.
I have another quick question about the topic you just talked about, the meta ads, the pixels, and etc. Would you
Yes.
create a course about it, or do you suggest
This is planned. So this will be released also here in our community. Everything about meta and so on, like how everything works, how to create pixel, and all this kind of shit that is a little bit annoying because you have to do it. It's technical stuff, but in the end, yeah, that will be covered as well.
That will be great, man.
Yeah, that's why we are
This
here.
case, take my money.
Yeah, that's why we are here. We just want to share our knowledge and give you the best possible way to learn new stuff and get of course a benefit.
I'm all in. I'm really thrilled now.
Cool, perfect,
Okay.
man.
Let's say
Then
after 1 week or something, when I create
yes,
some video or something, can you assist it for me, guys, or something like that? Or do you have anything in this regard?
what
Sorry
do you mean
again.
by assist?
For feedback,
Yeah, like a
100%.
feedback or something.
100%.
Yeah,
Post
sure.
it. Post it. Maybe even what would be better for the if you finish the video and you upload it into the questions hub, for an example, and you want me to go over it live, I can give you, for an example, feedback when you post it, obviously, but we can also just look at it together and maybe like highlighting, if you have specific questions, like, is this the right approach or whatever, we can look at it together and be like, yeah, this is also
Have you
great.
seen the question up already?
Yeah.
Okay. Lenny, I just realized we have to make sure that this is also in the onboarding kind of highlighted, that people can go in there and when they have questions, they can just submit it there, and when we give feedback on this, because
Yeah. It's way easier to talk about something when you see the video itself. So maybe just give us an example of what you do, kind of, and then I'll give you as much input as I can get, and Paul will do the same.
Thank you
All
very
right,
much
so
for
let me
your time,
just
guys.
do this as a task.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much for the question and joining the call.
All right, so then let me just rush through the presentation and then maybe show some stuff because it's a little bit late already. So going in here again, here we go. So as I said, the meta ad campaign structure is structured as the follow. There's a campaign level, the ad set level, and the ad level. And as I said, the campaign level is for the objective, and for the budget can be for the budget. It doesn't have to be, because the budget can also be on the ad set level. Then you have the ad set level with the targeting options. When you know who your audience is, you can really narrow down this kind of stuff. You can do placements like where should the ad be seen, like on Instagram, on the feed, on the discovery page, and on stories, and on the reels or between the reels. There are so many options, and you can also select the budget. And then we have the creative part where you just can add your assets like the images and the videos and the copy. So just to give you an example how this looks like, here, for example, is a campaign we have for our motion creators campaign. We have in the beginning here in the top is the campaign level. Then we have here the ad set level and here the ad level. And as you can see here, we have selected that's 2. And then, yeah, but this is what I'm going to show you in some seconds in live. Yeah, something you have to do anyways every time you do ads. Define your goals. What would you like to do? Would you like to get just traffic on your website and increase the eyeballs on your website? Do we want to collect leads and get conversions? And or for example, do you want to get sales? This is something you have to decide in the beginning. This for the campaign level. Then understand your audience. Just like I said some minutes ago, it's really interesting or really important to know what is their interest, how old is your audience when it's about an age, what is their behavior, what do they like, how do they talk, how do they feel, how do they whatever, how do they speak about things. As more as you know about their audience, as better it is. And here comes one specific tip in place. When you can and when you have an audience, like an email list of your prior customers, do send them a survey and ask whatever the fuck you want and do as much as you can, because when you have 10,000 people in your email list or in your customer base and you send out a survey, let's say at least 2% response to this, then you have data of 200 people telling you something about how they feel, whatever, and you can understand your audience better. Surveys are really important, and most companies, and I mean really the most, don't do it because it's boring stuff. It's just thinking about an audience, setting up forms, and then sending it out and kind of analyzing the answers. It's boring stuff and it's just data analysis, but it's important. It's really important. And then, of course, prepare the content, like engaging images, videos with a clear message on it and that it looks like, and people understand within seconds what you tell them or what you sell them. When you see a picture with, I don't know, a lot of text on it, then it's not worth the time for the person to look at it because it's overwhelming. Then most people will skip and just scroll through it. But if it's a nice image with maybe one line of text or maybe only 2 or 3 words that are really powerful, chosen because you know how to target or what your audience thinks about these words, then it could be already enough. So this is something really important as well. Not too much text and a really clear message. Yeah, setting up your campaign and overall ad manager, then creating a campaign, setting up the ad set, and then creating ads. We're gonna do this in some seconds. Optimizing your campaign. This is something then later on when the campaign is running and you have to, or you want to improve your campaign based on numbers, based on conversion rates, based on views and so on, then you can go in there and optimize based on the numbers, because this is what performance marketing is all about. You give money and the system is telling you based on numbers what you can do. And then you just have to understand the numbers. And this is something you will learn over time when you just use the system and understand what is a good number and what is a bad number. Yeah, campaign live setup, we're gonna do this, and then quick and Q&A question call. So, all right, then let's stop this sharing here and then go over to the business manager. I think this one is the right one here. Let me check. Yeah, here we go. So we are in here now. So as you can see, this is our motion creator account. Right now there are no ads running because these are old ads, and but we also have another account where I just used my credit card. I want to show you this as well. So let me check the screen again, and we go in here. Yeah, so as you can see here, this account is a little bit bigger, has way more campaigns in it. And we go to January 1st to January 31st. And then we have, for example, this one and this one were active. We selected this one, we go to campaign structure and here through the ad set level. And then we can see here the ad sets that were running in January. And as you can see here, in January we spent 3,000 euro and 3,012 euro and 39 cents. And overall in January, as you can see down below, I don't know where I can scroll. What the heck? Wait. Okay, I can't scroll. I don't know why. I actually wanted to show you this. Give me a sec. Ah, yeah, here we go. This is enough. So as you can see here already, we have an average return on investment, as a return on ad spend of 1.82. This means we spent €1 and we got €1.80 back. So this campaign overall was a positive one, even if it was a cold campaign, like targeting people that we didn't know already. And I just wanted to show you something else. I don't know, give me a sec. I think this was the first 18 days. Yeah, the first 18, the first 14 days. Yeah, in the beginning of the campaign, it was even stronger. We had an average return on investment from 2.58. This means we spent €1 and we got €2.48 back. This means like you can just scale up, because as more money as you put in, as more money you get out. And this is the best case, actually, the best scenario. And logically, as higher this number gets, as better is your campaign, because then you make money by just spending money, and you can increase this every day even more. So yeah, and then like I said, this is the ad set level and this is the ad level. I need to rush a little bit because I need to go, because I have an appointment in 40 minutes again. So let me just go in here at the ad set level. When you create a new campaign, you just click here and then you can select, like I said, there's an objective, what you want to achieve. What I can say you, never use awareness. That is absolute bullshit. It's just wasting money, because this is something big brands like Coca-Cola are using just to get eyeballs on their fucking ads. It doesn't make anything. It's just presenting ads to everybody, even to people that are kind of useless, and nobody is doing anything. Because, like I said, Meta combined with Instagram and Facebook and WhatsApp knows what their customer do. They know exactly what kind of customer you are, and they know exactly in which basket they can put you. And by basket, I mean, imagine a basket of people that are on Instagram and usually just scrolling and just looking. They never click on an ad, they never engage with something, they never comment on any post. These are people in a basket where you can say, okay, this is something you could use for traffic. Or let's say, different way. There's something you can use for awareness. If you have someone, for example, who's scrolling and is seeing videos and then is clicking really often to just engage with, I don't know, websites and to discover new offers and so on, and just clicking a lot around, then this kind of person is something that could be into the basket of traffic. And the same, for example, goes with engagement. If you are someone who's commenting a lot and is kind of sending the Instagram reels to friends and so on, then you are a person that is really engaging, and Instagram or Facebook knows this. So based on this objective here, I select this, and Instagram is playing the ad to people that are most likely to engage with my content, because their behavior is engaging. They like to comment and they like to share this with their friends. And the same stuff also goes for the leads, for the app promotion, and for sales. And basically, leads is something you can collect data, like when you sign up for specific programs or sign up for jobs or whatever. This is called a lead, or let's say also job applications are also leads, because it's contact data. And yeah, app promotion is basically when you have an app and you want to increase app installs. There are also people like in the basket, like they are also seeing ads and then just clicking through it and installing new stuff for the iPhone. I've never used this one because it's really expensive, and sales is halt for like everything else, like conversions, increasing sales on your web page, web shop, and so on. And especially here, sales is one of the main used objectives in Meta campaigns because, like I said, Meta knows everything about you, and even when you, I don't know, see an ad and you click on it and you buy something, Meta knows exactly how much value this item you just bought had, is delivering this data back to their back end, and they know that, for example, me or Lenny just bought a pair of Nike shoes for $50. They know exactly how much they cost, and they know exactly how much I just spent, and this way they can kind of put me into a basket of sales objectives, and they know, okay, I'm someone who just spent $50 this month or maybe this week, but in general, based on my behavior in the past, I usually spend, let's say, $200 a month on online shopping through Instagram. And believe me, Instagram knows this, and then based on this, they send me the best ads that where the chance is the best and the highest that I convert on these kind of ads. So this is what I want to explain when it comes to objectives. So mostly what we're gonna do is we use for our campaigns, we use sales because we want to make sales with our community. So we go in there, and then I'm usually going for the manual setup because I'm a little bit more experienced than most of the people, but you can also do this advantage shopping campaign, then Meta is everything doing for you. But like I said, I usually do it for myself because I know what I want to adjust in the campaign. So now I have to rush a little bit. Okay, so as I said, now you are on the campaign level, you name your campaign here, and then the category is already selected. You can also select this kind of stuff. This is important when you, for example, kind of want to sell a house or kind of financial products. Then you have to check mark this. Otherwise, Facebook will stop your ads from running, and it will not go through the system. But when this happens, Meta is going to tell you. So our auction buying type is auction. So we want to bet against other people. This is something we can later discuss on another video and on the course material. This is something like campaign spend limit, so you can set your limit for the campaign, how much you want to spend. I usually let that open because I just handle everything by myself. Reporting, everything, A/B testing is for later. So this one is actually done because we just selected our objective here. Then we go to the next stage. This is the ad set level, and here we can select what kind of conversion you want to drive or achieve. In our case, we have a website, and website means in our case the school community. And but you can also, for example, use messaging apps like Messenger or Instagram or WhatsApp, and you can kind of count the conversion within this Messenger app on the chat. This is something really specific. I'm not sure if I will cover this because I usually don't use this because the traffic there is also really expensive and not so nice when it comes to conversions. So the website traffic itself it's actually one of the best ones. So performance goals overall, we have maximum number of conversions, maximize value of conversions. And as you can see, the explanation is there. We will try to show your ads to the people most likely generate higher value for your business. By this, I mean, the example before was pretty good. Meta knows when I spend around $200 a month on shopping stuff, then they know how much I spend. So for example, now, let's say we're gonna advertise a product for whatever, $10, but we can have, I don't know, different variations of it, and we could increase the value of the basket of the cart to, I don't know, $100 based on different variations. This would increase the value of the conversion overall. So I would just put more stuff into my online shopping cart and not just buying one thing. This is, for example, for this kind of people. And this is what I mean. Meta knows everything, and you can optimize off every kind of stuff based on what you want to achieve. In our case, we just want to sell our online subscription for our school community, so we just want to go for maximum numbers of conversions. You can do also stuff, other stuff here as well, but this is mostly not used. So this one is also already the best one. So then you go for the data set. In our case, we just we have two pixels in place. We have the motion creators paid pixel and the motion creators free pixel. The free pixel is installed in our free community and the paid one in our paid one for sure. And the free one is also installed on our landing pages, like the sign up page for our webinars and so on, because the free pixel is used on more places to collect more data, and the paid one is only limited to the paid community, because over there is all the magic that is happening, and we want to kind of get conversions on, because the paid one are the real conversions we want to have. So in this case, we want to go for the paid conversions over the paid community, and the conversions that are happening inside. As soon as a member is clicking on join community, then it will trigger this conversion. And by conversion, in this case, we have two options, because School itself is just providing complete registration. This means the user signs up. This, for example, is happening also in the free community, because when you join over there and you didn't select, or you have a free community and the people don't have to buy something, then Meta is only sending data about a complete registration, because the person signs up for the community, it's a registration. In our paid community, they also have to press a button of purchasing something, so they have to pay. And by pressing this button on School, Meta is sending data back to School is sending data back to Meta, that a purchase is just happening, and then Meta knows, okay, someone just pressed the button purchase, and the conversion in this case is then purchase. And this is the overall goal we want to achieve, because we want to get new members for our paid community. So cost per result goal, this is something you can adjust when it comes to the bidding structure. I wouldn't recommend this in the beginning, because just let the campaign learn from zero on, and of course you have to know what kind of cost per result you have in mind. Like, there's a specific formula out there. There are many different ChatGPTs you can use to kind of calculate this, and it's just like really a matter of testing around and finding your sweet spot of how much you are willing to pay for one customer. And then Meta is even aiming for kind of the best way to show this to people that are most likely to convert for the specific price. But this is something more in depth for a later stage. Then we have here the attribution settings. Attribution settings are actually something that is more for the reporting, because based on how can I say this? So when you play an ad now, and the attribution setting is here 7-day click. This means I see the ad, I click on the ad, I come to the landing page, I scroll, I close the page again, and I keep scrolling Instagram. This means I clicked, and I have seen the final product, the final landing page where I was sent to. In case I come back tomorrow, or in 2 days, or in 5 days, or in 6 days, and I click, or I remember the page, or it's still open in my browser, and I go there and I sign up after 6 or 6, not 7. 7 is maybe the maximum, but I would say 6 to 7, like 7-day window. 7 is the latest. When you go to 7 days then, and you click on it and you then sign up for the product, it still counts in this window as a sale for you. When you select, for example, here when you go for 1 day, then I see the ad, I click on the ad, I come to the school landing page, I see the school page, I close the ad again, and I keep scrolling, and then I sign up the next day. This means Meta is not tracking my sale in the campaign, so it will not appear there. That's kind of not really bad, but it's just a little bit difficult to track. You can still track it in the dashboard, in the reporting, but overall the window of the attribution is longer when it comes to this one. Like 7 days is longer than 1 day. But what you have to keep in mind, Meta in general also knows this, that you guys are, or that the person that is seeing the ad either is a person that is converting really fast, and by fast I mean seeing something, clicking on it, and buying, then it would be the 1 day window would be perfect, because Meta is kind of like when you select 1 day, Meta knows that there are people out there that convert way faster than people that on 7 days. Some people just need to sleep about something a night, right? Or maybe 2 nights and think and think and think. And other people just collect and or just convert. So when you select 1 day, Meta is playing your ads more to people that are more likely to convert within the 1 day window. But of course, it also depends, of course, on what kind of product you are selling. Like when you sell a product for $5, of course, everybody is converting in 1 day because it's fucking cheap. Nobody has to think about it. If you sell something like a subscription for $200, then most people would think about it and think, do I need it really? Is it necessary for my business? I don't know. I have to think. So then it takes longer. So this is something you have also to keep in mind. I usually go for most of my campaigns when it comes to, for example, recruiting back in the days. I used 1 day because applying for a job is something you can do really easily within some minutes of the decision. When you're on a train and on your couch and you're relaxed, you think, okay, I'm fucking annoyed of my boss and my business right now where I'm working. I want to change. I see the perfect ad for me. Yeah, okay. No questions asked. I just sign up and I just do my application. Done. So 1 day window was perfect. Now in our case with the community, in my opinion, $67 per month is still cheap. So 1 day is still working, but I would prefer more going to 7 days based on, most people are still kind of thinking about the price and so on. So the conversion window here is a little bit longer and it tracks more sales. So yeah, that's the main thing I just wanted to say, that also here Instagram and Facebook knows, based on the selection, which audience do they attack and how fast can they convert. So next area, dynamic creative. Based off the information that it's going away soon, it doesn't make sense to explain this. It was a really nice feature to test things, but this will be obsolete within the next weeks, so it doesn't make sense anymore. Then we have the budget and the scheduling. Just select your budget here, start date, end date. You can schedule your budget based on time periods. This only works when you do an end date, usually. They adjusted it maybe, I don't know, could be that it's adjusted. And then you can select even the days and the time zones when they should spend more money. But as I said, I usually don't use this kind of stuff. I just go with the basic settings because this always works pretty good. So then audience controls, you can go in here and then you can select the audience. We have actually here Advantage Audience Plus activated. This is what I don't like, because I just want to go deeper into the audience. But in our case here, let's see. Okay, we still can do it. There's one thing, maybe sometimes I'm even surprised because there are so many updates about new stuff that's coming out and they're changing the backend all the time. I just need to check again what this means, but overall you just go in and here on the audience mode, you can switch to the original one that looks pretty similar, but they also, I think they just adjusted something here and they maybe added more AI stuff. Like it says here, our AI finds audience for your ads. And this is what I just said before. They really know how your audience works and what they like and what they are spending money on. And based on the creatives and the stuff you are offering, or maybe you kind of put in here, they can adjust the audience based on this. Yeah, you can select your custom audience. This is something you can just create in the back end and then select, for example, a paid audience based on, for example, all the people that watched our videos on our Instagram channel. For example, here I just prepared some audiences. For example, here the Lenny, in this case is IG, means Instagram. Lenny engaged last 365 days. These are now all people that visited his profile and engaged with his Instagram account. Then we also have, for example, here some audience. This is a website audience, people that visited our school page but didn't sign up. Like all the people that visited this page could be retargeted with this one. Then we have a lookalike audience of this. This means lookalike in this case, similar people to this one that are really, really similar to the ones that already went to our website. Then this is a custom list I created based on the community member we already have. So I could even create a community member custom audience, means Instagram or Meta is looking for kind of twins of the people that are already in our community. And yeah, as you can see, you can do a lot of stuff. You can adjust way more things, and based on this, you can target really specifically on specific content, for example, on your Instagram profile. Like you can even select one specific video, and then you can select, for example, how much percentage of the video has been watched, and then you can target specifically on people that watch, for example, 50% of this specific video, and then play the next ad for this audience. So that's really powerful. I always would suggest use your profile on Instagram and your data you have to create custom audience, because here's the real power in there. Retargeting itself in general is the real power. So then you can select the age, the gender. Still possible, actually. It's pretty funny. I think hopefully they will even they will add even more stuff in the detailed targeting, because they removed a lot of stuff in the last 4 years, and I can imagine this came through the political direction. Hopefully they maybe change it again, like Mark Zuckerberg was talking about this some weeks ago, that they will go another way. Let's see. And yeah, when it comes to targeting, you can select everything in here, like I said. For example, if you go for Adobe, because we kind of present stuff with After Effects, or here Premiere Pro software, for example, and we go for After Effects, then we have After Effects in here, and then we can even add Blender, for example, because it's something we also teach and Danny's talking about a lot, and so on and so on and so on. And then based on this, we can see here now we have an estimated audience size of it's broad, it's not showing anymore. Here you see an audience size of around 690 to 812,000 people. That's pretty good, because right now we are looking only in Germany. You have to keep this in mind. Like if you go now, for example, to USA, United States, then you will see that's actually way bigger. It's 4.6 million to 5.4 million estimated audience size based on this interests here. It's combined, right? So when we, for example, now remove these two options here and only go for Blender, then this way smaller. It's only 600,000, but still 600,000 people where Meta thinks are actually interested in this kind of stuff. So, and based on this, you can now craft your script, you can craft your creative, your copy, and then hit them in their face by talking about Blender or maybe 3D animations, because these people, like who are kind of interested in Blender, should have to do something with 3D animation. So you can kind of target them the right way. And of course, the Instagram algorithm is helping you, of course, a lot, because they know exactly based on the clicks and how they react to your creative, which kind of audience should be the best one. And I think this is why they also implemented this new feature. If your performance of the ads is not that well, they will just change the audience in the background without letting you know. They just do it by themselves and try to reach different audiences, different people, to test if this creative maybe is get better response on a different audience. So then after the age and the gender and the interest targeting, you come down to the placements, and then here you go in here and you can just select, okay, where you want to place it. Advantage plus placements is recommended usually by Meta. Whenever they say it's recommended, I always would go in there and adjust some things, because For example, in here, there are many things that are not necessary. For example, in-stream ad videos, for example, search results or messages. Okay, this is activated, but apps and sites, for example, these others networks where Instagram is playing ads. For example, when you have this gaming apps on your phone and you play, and then there's an ad in between the next level, for example, this kind of stuff is happening in here. So apps and this kind of shit you just want to remove because you want to play your ad on the, let's say, top-notch placements, and this is usually the real placement like full screen or the feed or the story. So these 3 placements are the most important ones, and you can then even select between, okay, Instagram stories, Instagram reels, Messenger stories. Messenger is something you could keep. For example, I don't use Messenger at all, so it's maybe also a waste, and I would kind of make it as nail it down as much as possible to the best placements you would always say from your side you are using the most and your audience is using. And in our case, it's for sure Instagram. So most of our ads are usually just running on Instagram feed, Instagram, and not even feed, Instagram Reels and Instagram Stories. That's it mostly. But yeah, this is up to you. And then we are actually done with our ad set level, and then we go to the ad level, and then we can implement here the account which you want to use. In our case, we don't use Lenny's account, we use Motion Trader account because of one exactly reason. There's a myth out there that as soon as you use your account and you use an ad or you play ads with this account, that your organic reach is going down. This is a myth. It's not. There's no real answer to this from Facebook's or Instagram's side, but I still think it's logical because they want to kind of activate you to spend more money when you started once and you get the first numbers and the first impressions and it's reaching. Then they kind of turn your organic reach down, that you are kind of motivated and kind of led to spend money again to get back to your original reach. That's how I think, and that would make sense in my opinion. So therefore, I'm never using Lenny's account or in general any account that is going good and has a good organic reach, because it could destroy it. So therefore, we just created the Motion Trader account as well, and then I'm just using the data from Lenny's account, for example, and then place the ads with our new Motion Trader account, because this one is actually made for the advertising. And but let's see, maybe we can even reach some million views and some banger organic views with this account, even if they are running ads. Who knows? We will find out. So yeah, then you can just go in here and maybe select create an ad or use existing ad. In our case, I usually mostly use existing posts because we post them on our Instagram feed, and then I just select them here, and from there on I just go and scale them up and like put more money on them to get more views, because then when people visit our Instagram profile, they still can see that there is a post that had, I don't know, thousands of likes and views, but they don't know that these views came through our ad system. This is the reason why I'm using existing posts and not creating new ones. New ones are really, really good when it comes to testing new ads and different variations and new designs and new hooks and new copies and so on. And then as soon as you find a good one that is converting really well, keep it running and maybe use this one also for an organic post because people like it. So ads are really good for testing content as well. Yeah, then ad sources, this is not important because this is connected to Shopify. That's only important when you use this kind of products. Otherwise, you just go in here when you use create an ad, you just go in here, then select which kind of format. I'm always recommending single image or video. That is the best one. And then you just go in and place your website URL for the final destination where the person should be redirected to. And then here, set your ad creative by image or video, upload this kind of stuff, put your copy in, and then you're actually ready to go. And just to make it a really quick example, and then I need to go, let's use, that's are pretty old ones. Let's use this one, for example, just exact skip and continue. Okay. So then the video is in here. It's not the right frame right now because we need to we need to adjust this because now it's kind of cut up in the bottom and the top. You just go in here, add your text, primary text. Then even Meta is helping you with AI and giving you similar ad creatives, ad copies. Same with the headline. Add your headline, maybe 3 to 5 different variations. Same with the description. And then the call to action button. This is appearing down below. Always here in the bottom. You can select between different things. I usually go for learn more or buy now, like things that are really specific to the stuff we are showing. And then you're actually good to go, and you can just go and click press launch the ad. I think I can't see it right now here, but yeah, down below there's the button publish the ad, and then it goes live, and it's going to be into the ad backend, and Meta is checking it, and then after the approval it's running and hopefully delivering good results. So based on my really short time now, and because I need to go really fast now, I just can't launch an app now because there's some stuff missing, but I think it was a pretty intense and pretty interesting session right now. And thanks for the feedback in your case from Ryan. Like I said, I will also do a lot of stuff about this kind of topic because there's so much stuff to explain, and there's a course coming about this. And yeah, that's it for now. If you guys have any questions related to ads and other stuff, just hit me up on school. Just make a post on our community feed, or maybe go into the question hub and submit a form, submit a question, and then we can answer this really fast within the next days.
Yes, sir.
All
Man,
right.
you can say this man knows how to do Facebook ads. I am sold. All right. Also from my side, thank you so much for this session. Really enjoyed it. Thank you for the questions. Make sure to put the questions in the questions hub, and whoever's in the call, we see you on Friday. For me, from my side, tomorrow's Fusion call, and then I'll do the creators call this week on Friday. Cool.
Perfect.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. See you.
Bye.
Bye.